I do receive lots of emails asking for help and support and ideas and solutions to some audio related problems from videos that I have made on a certain product or software. And usually I'm actually able to help and support them by a reply email. But recently I received an email from Charles Brown asking if I'd be able to help him about patch bays. He has a couple of synthesizers and a Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 audio interface and some speakers, and we want to be able to use the patch bay to interconnect all of its devices with ease. Trying to explain in an email, I thought this is going to be very hard. So I thought I'd do a slideshow presentation and talk about and explain in detail, in visually. It will help Charles and everybody else to better understand how Patch Bay works and how to use it in this situation. Well, since Charles mentioned that in his email that he's 74 years old, I thought I'd put a little visual reminder of what patch bays are. I'm sure he'll remember the days where operator ladies would have to patch through the telephone from one house to another and interconnect the communications between different households, different businesses, and offices. So an audio patch bay is no different. So here are the devices that you may have, and this is what Charles has at the moment. So he's got the speakers that he wants to listen to anything that's coming out of his PC through his audio interface, which is a Focusrite 2i2. He also has two synthesizers, the Insonic and the Yamaha Motif rack. To set up the patch bay, set the switches to normal position. And if you want to learn about all the different types of modes for each of the switch positions, like normal, true, and half normal, I do have a detailed video that you can watch, and I will leave that in the description. And in the normal mode position, basically all it means that anything from A connection, which is at the top, will internally join to B without any patch leads. So anything connected to the back A will automatically connect to the back B. So let's get things rolling. Let's connect our audio interface to the patch bay. The output of this Scarlett 2i2, left and the right, connect to 1 and 2, the top A row, as shown here. Just a quick note that A is always output at the front of the unit, and B are inputs to devices. So an output of the Focusrite 2i2 will go to the top A. That's a general rule. Next, we connect the leads that go to the speakers, this time from B1 and 2. So instead of normally connecting the outputs from the Focusrite 2i2 directly to the speakers, we are patching to the patch bay, to and from it. And since it's a normal position and A connects to B, this automatically connects the output of our interface to our speakers, just as if we connected them directly. To make things easy and convenient, let's connect the inputs of the Focusrite 2i2 into B3 and B4. You will find out how this makes things much easier and more convenient. So rather than plugging our synthesizers directly into Focusrite, we will use a patch bay to do that. So next, let's connect our Yamaha Motif Rack sound module to A3 and A4. And as I mentioned, because A3 and A4 connect to B3 and B4 respectively, this effectively means our Yamaha Motif is connected to the inputs of our audio interface without any patch leads. And next, let's connect our Insonic synthesizer to A5 and A6. And that's pretty much all of the connections. So let's get some patch leads. And patch leads are short 50 centimeters to 1 meter long TRS cables that allows us to connect to the front of the unit. So to record our motif, we do not require any patch leads, as I mentioned earlier. So from A3 and 4.3 to B3 and B4, automatically it's connected. So now we can arm our DAW, and through our audio interface, we can record them in your case, Sonar. And if we want to record the sound coming out of InSonic, we just need to use some patch leads. And then we connect A5 and A6 to B3 and B4. And when we plug into B3 and B4, this automatically disconnects the Yamaha Motif rack unit's output. That means our InSonic synthesizer is now directly connected to our audio interface. We can't really have two outputs going to a single input. Electronically, we can actually damage either unit by plugging the two outputs together. So if you want both the InSonic and the Yamaha at the same time, you need a mixer that combines the two audio to a mix bus. So you can't use a patch bay to connect two outputs together. You will damage either one of them. So if we have our computer turned off and we have our audio interface turned off, and we want to play our Yamaha Motif onto our speakers while we're practicing or just enjoying playing the music, all we got to do is use patch bays again, and this time we're going to connect A3 and A4 into B1 and B2. This basically connects our Yamaha Motif output directly to our speakers. And if we want to play our InSonic one, the same thing. We just move the patch leads from A3 and A4 into A5 and A6. So that's what the patch bay makes things really convenient, using the patch leads to move things around. Without the patch leads, in a normal mode, as I have shown you, you don't really need to use the patch leads to record the Yamaha Motif. But if it's the InSonic that's the synthesizer that you use all the time to record, the more common one, just swap them around. That way you will always have the InSonic ready to record or ready to play. Well, I hope this helps you out. If it did, you can support me by making a small donation. There is a link in the description to my PayPal account, and you can donate anything from $1 to $1 million. All donations are welcome. And if you have any further questions, feel free to comment below. I'm more than happy to go in more detail to help you out. Till next time, as always, thanks for watching and have a great time making music. Cheerio, guys.